Numbers chapter 35. Towns for the Levites. On the plains of Moab, with the Jordan across from Jericho, the Lord said to Moses, Command the Israelites to give the Levites towns to live in from inheritance the Israelites will possess, and give them pasture lands around the towns. When they will have towns to live in the pasture lands, for the cattle they own and all their other animals, the pasture lands around the towns that you give the Levites will extend 1,000 cubits. From the town wall, from the town wall outside the town, measure 2,000 cubits. On the outside, 2,000. On the south side, 2,000 on the west and 2,000 on the north. The town is with the town in the center. They will have this area as pasture land for the towns, cities of refuge. Six of the towns you give the Levites will be cities of refuge, to which a person who has killed someone may flee. In addition, give them 42 other towns. In all, you must give the Levites 48 towns. Whether with their pasture lands, the towns you give the Levites from the land of Israelites, their land the Israelite possesses, are to be given in proportion to the inheritance of its tribe. Take many towns from the tribe that has many, but few from one that has few. Then the Lord said to Moses, Speak to Israelites and say to them, When you cross the Jordan of Canaan, select some towns to be your cities of refuge, to which a person who has killed someone accidentally may flee. They will be place of refuge from the avenger, so that anyone accused of murder may not die before they stand trial before the assembly. These six towns you give will be your cities of refuge. Give three on this side of the Jordan and three in Canaan as cities of refuge. These six towns will be place of refuge for Israelites and for foreigners residing among them, so that anyone who has killed another accidentally can flee there. If anyone strikes someone a fatal blow with an iron object, that person is a murderer. The murderer is to be put to death. Or if anyone is holding a stone and strikes someone a fatal blow with it, that person is a murderer. The murderer is to be put to death. Or if anyone is holding a wooden object and strikes someone a fatal blow with it, that person is a murderer. The murderer is to be put to death. The avenger of blood shall put the murderer to death. When the avenger comes upon the murderer, the avenger shall put the murderer to death. If anyone with malice of aforethought shoves another a throws someone of them intentionally, so that they die, or if out of enmity one person hits another with their fist, so that the other dies, that person is to be put to death. That person is a murderer. The avenger of blood shall put the murderer to death when they meet. But if without enmity, someone suddenly pushes another or throws something at them unintentionally, or without seeing them drops on them a stone heavy enough to kill them, and they die, then since that other person was not an enemy and no harm was intended, the assembly must judge between the accused and the avenger of blood according to this regulation. The assembly must protect the one accused of murder from the avenger of blood and send the accused back to the city of refuge of which they fled. The accused must stay there until the death of the high priest was anointed with holy oil. But if the accused over goes outside the limits of the city of refuge to which they fled, the avengers of blood finds them out the city. The avenger of blood may kill the accused without being guilty of murder. The accused must stay in the cities of refuge until the death of high priest. Only after the death of the high priest may be returned to their own property. This is to have the force of law for you throughout the generations to come, everyone you live, wherever you live. Anyone who kills a person is to be put to death, as a murderer only on testimony of witnesses. But no one is to be put to death on a testimony of only one witness. Do not accept a ransom for the life of murderer who deserve to die. They are to be put to death. Do not accept a ransom for anyone who has fled for any city of refuge, and allow them to go back and live in their own land before the death of high priest. Do not pollute the land where you are. Bloodshed pollutes the land, and atonement cannot be made for the land of which blood has been shed, except by the blood of the one who shed it. Do not defile the land where you live and where I dwell, for I, the Lord, dwell among the Israelites.